Peace. What's up? This is Ra and this is Trill Alchemy. So for those that may be new to the channel, this space is all about helping people prepare for their individual and collective ascension. And I do that in a few ways through my work. The first is through psychic surgery, which is a form of energy healing. Second is through what I call tarot therapy. And lastly, through plant medicine ceremony. But I'm not here to talk about any of that today, okay? Today I want to talk about light language. And this is something that is very, very, to say near and dear is not even expressive enough, because light language literally, I feel, has saved my life. So for those who don't know what light language is, you may see more videos popping up because it is a phenomena that is returning to this realm, okay? And you see a lot of people that are waking up to their own light languages. And when you are awakened to it, you kind of are spiritually tasked with sharing it with the rest of the world, or with your soul family, with those in your realm of influence, because it is a facilitator for healing, okay? So light language is what I would consider a multidimensional language. It is not from this realm, and it is from dimensions that are much, much higher in vibration than Earth. And so when you exist in these other dimensions, you speak in a language that is literally coded light. And so a lot of times it manifests in what sounds like a foreign tongue, okay? But you can speak and channel light language through your voice. I channel through my eyes. I channel through my hands. I channel a lot through my heart. Sometimes, depending on the nature of the work that I'm doing, I channel in song, and I'm not a singer by any stretch of the imagination. And there are those who even channel light language through dance, okay? And the reason that it comes out in these kind of nebulous forms when you compare them to English is because the vocabulary of this realm, this 3D realm that we live in, is a lot more dense than light language. And so a lot of times when you are channeling light language, I can speak for myself, when I'm channeling light language, let's say I'm working on a client and it comes through as light language, I will speak it and then I will have to slow down and translate it into English, okay? And that's a very kind of tedious process. So when you are first opening up to your light language, because it's not something that you learn, it's not something that you practice, it's not something that you rehearse, it's something that is very natural, and you allow it to flow through you. And I can feel the energy of it around me right now, because my heart is like fluttering, and if it's an intense wave of energy when it comes in. So when people hear it, because I've spoken it around hundreds of clients, when they hear it, a lot of them say, they'll ask, what language was that you were speaking? It sounds familiar. And it's not like it's French or English or Spanish or Latin or anything like that, but it triggers a remembrance in them. And I tell them, well, it's reminding you of home, your spiritual home, okay? And that kind of brings me to my personal story of how my light language was first activated. It was in 2013, and it was during a major spiritual initiation for me. The weekend wasn't supposed to be that. It wasn't planned as such. It was just a gathering of a group for like the fall equinox or something like that. But what happened was, it was the first time I had gathered with certain members of my soul family, and it triggered huge awakening in a lot of us. And so I remember I had gotten, there was a seer there. I don't know what else to call Zen. Zen, rest in power. But he's a seer, and he pulled me to the side and was giving me a reading. And he said, hey, sis, why are you not speaking in your light language? And you gotta, y'all, this time I was really new to energy healing. I was still probably doing like free sessions around the community, just really trying to build my craft. I had no spiritual confidence whatsoever. And so he's telling me something about speaking in a light language. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, well, let me activate it for you. And he worked with his wife. He called his wife over. She put one hand on my back, like where my heart is, mid back. And he put his hand like on my chest and then on my throat chakra. And he started speaking in his light language. And when he did, it sent a flood of energy through me that activated my heart. And he said, just open your mouth and let whatever comes out, come out. And when I did, this beautiful language started flowing out. Something that I had never heard before, but it brought me to tears because it was like, it was foreign, but it has so many pieces, fits so many things together for me, okay? And that's really what it does. It's a gift for us to be able to tap into our light language at this point in time. It is an absolute necessity. I say all the time that the spiritual technologies that we are using for healing are becoming outdated. And so this is a way of upgrading because, you know, before when we used to be able to work on, you know, people one at a time because it was like the ramp up scale, we were down here in the slope, but now it's very steep. And so you have to be able to reach and affect and impact more people in a more potent way than we had been before. And so, how do I use it? Okay, I use it in session most of the time. Once I am connected to another person's energy field, and just like I'm connecting with your field now, so there is message that's trying to come through. I'm going to ask that y'all wait. I'm going to wait until the end, and I will speak. I will do a channeling for you. But so hold tight for that, okay? Hold tight. That's something you don't want to miss, and you really want to be, you know, sitting still so that you can receive the energy of it. But the way that I use it, usually when I tap into a client's energy field, the language starts coming in right away. And like I say, they will say things to me in this light language, and it's very pure. I speak it over the client, and then I have to translate that into messages. And sometimes it's messages about past lives, it's messages about people in their lives right now, you know, it's messages from ancestors and angels and spirit guides. But this is kind of a universal like means of communication that it's like they all have this data plan. Okay, we're all on the same data plan, and so they can communicate with me like that regardless of where they are. Okay. And how I channel it is some of the requirements I would say is that you have to really be in a state of allowance. Okay. I have opened up light languages for clients before. It's not something that I just set out to do, but if we both get the message and, you know, the intuition that that's what's supposed to happen during the session, then I do. But the things that have to be open is you have to have an open heart center. And so that's why, you know, it takes a while for people to move into this space, but that's the energy of the time now. So everybody is moving into an open heart center, whether they want it or not. And those that fight it are going to fall off. So you have to have an open heart center, open throat, open third eye, and your crown, because you are literally receiving this download and just allowing it to express through this region. Okay. So I think that's it. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. But on my channel, I'm going to be making some changes. Spirit was very, very direct with me. You know, not only did they tell me this on their own, but they have used other readers to confirm that you have to start speaking your light language on your channel. When you do readings, they want me to do channeled heal. When I do readings, they want me to do channeled readings for you guys as well. So this is my offering to you, to the creator, to the universe, to all of these beautiful beings. I'm almost about to cry, y'all. Like the energy when it comes in is so beautiful, and it feels really, really good to be following my assignment. So I'm just happy that you all are here to share in it with me. So I'm gonna just prepare myself briefly. I have to drink some water because the energy is really, really high. Let me just ground. And I just ask that you take some deep breaths with me. Give thanks. Thank you. And just open your heart to receive. Don't try to think too much or analyze what you're hearing. Yoko, just allow yourself to feel it in your heart. Yuku piato na tsino layo ku mia tio sona layo kota layo no mayo kota ni dio sona layo kioto na yo pai kioto na layo kioto ayasi. Ia kota na layo mioko mia tia na ni layo no mia layo no layo kota na lio sona layo ko pia tia layo ko pia tia layo ko pia tia layo ko tia na layo sona layo kota ni ya to. Ai ko mia tia sai ko ni tia to no sona layo ko mia tia so si ko tia lia ta kata na layo sai tia to. Ai ko mia tia no ano ko. They're asking you to breathe. Yoko sina la yoko mia to sina la yaki. Yoko mia ta la sina la yoko nia si. They are speaking in energy of brain transformation, brain upgrade. And this is preparing the space within you and within the collective. And so there is a lot that needs to be cleared. There's a lot that is not congruent with the energy that is trying to come in. So you may feel uneasy. It may be hard for you to accept and swallow. But this message is for you. Yes, yes, and that piercing that you feel, that little touch that you feel, that poke that you feel in your heart right now is real. Breathe through it. And know that we are here to see you through these chaotic, troublesome times. What appears to be trouble on the surface. We want you to know it's like the depths of the ocean, and at the bottom, it is so still. It is so still. So there is always a point of stillness for you to tap into. Yeah, thanks. All right. So I have my contacts in, y'all, so everything's blurry. But that was, I didn't know what was gonna come through, and that was a very on purpose message. Like, this had to happen today, and you have to see this when you see it. So if you want to work with me, I do long distance work, in-person work all the time. You can find me at trillalchemy.com. Y'all, one of the things that I use to help me tap into my light language is an elixir, Trill Elixir, that I make. And I'll be talking to you more about that in other videos, but you can also get that on my site. And just look out for more readings here. Like, share, subscribe, so that you don't miss a video or notification from me. I'm going to be doing these transmissions regularly for you. And I thank you. Peace.